What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lord Solar Prime. I'm here to give you guys my deck list for my Infernoble nights that I took to a winter box tournament over the weekend. I had a really great time, and the place I was at is now going to be my locals, which is now Olympus Cards and Games. If you guys can, please check them out on TCG Player. Follow them on Facebook. I ended up doing a in-person live deck profile for them, so be on the lookout for that as well. But here, I just want to go ahead and get into a little bit more of a slowed down version of that deck profile and try to explain a little bit more about my choices that I made for this deck list. So starting off, we have 2 gear free. I don't think that's gonna change. Going to 3 gear free, I can understand, but I'm so comfortable here at 2. 3 Ogier, I was a bit on the fence about running the 3rd, but after intensive testing, I found out that this is a really good opener, sometimes better than connector. Not saying it's better than connector, but in times, depending on the hand, it can be. So I decided to play this card at 3. I played 1 Turpin, and while I'm on the subject of playing the 1 Turpin, I know a lot of people are playing Malgus in their deck list. I'm not gonna really switch over to playing Malgus. I'd rather see another Turpin versus another Malgus when I'm starting to build a board. So I don't think for the foreseeable future I'll be playing Malgus in my list. I do think it's a fantastic card for the +1, but it would require a little bit more testing for me to get on board with playing Malgus. Moving on, I did play 2 Olivier. I do like him as a 4-star tuner, and you're gonna see why when I get to my extra deck. But of course, he's a really good extender. He's an extender differently from what Turpin is, and I really do like that. So of course, 3 Renaud, that's just a given. The 1 Roland, a lot of people do not play this card. The reason I play this card is because I want to ensure that I always end on Metal Silver Armor at the end phase with Charles. And there are some combo lines where you do have a chance to drop a warrior to the graveyard that is not Turpin, that is not Olivier or Renaud, to benefit from Angelica's effect. And I chose to go with Roland, I'm sorry. And yeah, it works out perfectly for me. So there are some lines where I just drop Roland to the grave because I haven't had a chance to access the Metal Silver Armor from a soul. So I play Roland here at 1, and I do like it. Besides that, dropping Metal Silver Armor to the graveyard, he's also an equip from the hand to help make Link Charles in the extra deck. So cool. I play the 1 Ricardetto for those lines where we drop 1 equip card off a soul to bring back any 4-star non-tuner to go ahead and synchro into Angelica. Of course, I play the 3 Neo Space Connectors, the 1 Dolphin, the 2 Fireflint Ladies. I'm indifferent about this. I do like the fact that Fireflint Lady is here at 2, but I can tell you right now, I do have times where I miss the fact that Red Lair is not in my deck list. Secondly from that, Fireflint Lady with Ricardetto turning into a tuner when there's already a 4-star non-tuner monster on board can actually help you out. So banish him from grave to then summon Fireflint Lady from your hand, use it as a tuner is just clutch in some hands, but not always. I'm probably gonna switch over to Red Lair, maybe after some more testing, but with that testing comes in new cards that I wanna add in, but we'll get to that whenever I get to it. For the hand traps, I've had room to play 3 Ash Blossoms and 3 Droll and Lockbirds. Droll is such a great card this format. Being able to drop it on your opponent's turn, and they really it really caps the ceiling of what they're able to do, and then you get the initiative back on you. So I love Droll this format at 3. So for the foreseeable future, I won't be playing this any less than 3. A lot of you guys may know that this is not my first iteration to Infernobles for this particular format. I actually started out playing the adventure version of Infernobles, and I ended up going X1 at the same locals about a couple of days before I came in first place. I had really good success with this version of the deck, so please guys, if you want to see combo lines and you want to see a deck list consistent of the adventure package that I played in this particular deck, let me know by the support you give by making comments down below and hitting the like button, guys. So that does it for the monsters for this particular build. Let's move on to the spells. All right, guys, here we are at the spells for this particular deck list. Of course, we played 3 Herits of the Chalice. It searches out all your Noble Arms as well as your Infernoble Knight monsters. Then we have 3 Noble Arms Museums. It's the new card from the set Duelist Nexus. It's able to be searched out by Angelica whenever you summon her. So you pay 200 life points to search for any Noble Arms card, add it to your hand. But its second effect is really where it shines at. It's able to special summon any Infernoble Knight monster in your spell attack card zone to the monster zones, which creates pressure for your opponent, but also can push your combos forward. And I was able to utilize this in a very unique way to seal the win in my last duel to win the box tournament, and I'll let you know what monster I use to combo off with that. So we have 3 Durandals, 1 Almace. A lot of people are indifferent about playing 1 or 2. I think the correct number to play at the moment is 1. It actually helps you when you need to combo off and you need to swap between the Joyce and Durandal whenever you need it to push forward your combos. Fun fact, this is my first QC that I received from Duelist Nexus. I got it as an early birthday present from my twin brother, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much, which forced me to QC the rest of the deck. So thank you, not thank you, but you know, love you, bro. We have 1 Joyce, 1 Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, 1 Metal Silver Armor, which is a win condition all in its own against certain decks, especially Rescue Ace and Unchained. Having this equipped to Charles with Olivier is just a death sentence for them because they can't out it for shit. So there you go. We play 1 Reinforced on the Army, 2 Triple Tactics Talent, and 1 Call by the Grave for the Droll and Ash. So that does it for the spell cards. Let's move over to the extra deck. All right, guys, here we are at my extra deck I played for this event. Can I just say Konami did a really good job on the quarter centuries for Angelica and Emperor Charles the Great. Man, these things look amazing. But let's go ahead and get into it. So a lot of people are playing 2 Emperor Charles the Great. I don't think that is a mistake at all. So 2 of those, 1 Infernoble Knight, Emperor Charles, 2 Angelica, Princess of the Noble Arms. I can say with confidence that if something happens to a soul on the Forbidden and Limited list, that this deck will be just fine due to how strong Angelica is. Like, this is one of the best legacy support cards I've ever seen. So, and it looks amazing. I just can't stop saying that enough. But her effect is so good. Able to search for the museum and able to keep coming back to the board, which we do take advantage of that with certain cards in our side deck. So I will be going over my side deck in this particular video. I know I don't do that a lot, but I do want to bring it to a lot of people's attention, a certain side deck card we can use to utilize her more effectively. We play 1 Roland, we play 2 Assaults, 1 Atorgus for the drop 4 equip combo. We play 1 Lancelin. Everybody knows I have been pro Lancelin since the very beginning. It's an amazing card. Now that we're able to play under or around Droll with using this card is truly amazing. I couldn't be more proud of this card. We play 1 Baron the Floor, of course, for the end board. We play 1 Crimson Blader. I know a lot of people don't play this card. They rather play Cussinen, which is totally fine if you guys want to swap out Cussinen for a Crimson Blader. But this is the extra deck monster I was been talking about since the deck profile started. Being able to utilize Ogier on the drop 4 equip combo with a soul to then help us make Crimson Blader by dropping Olivier to the graveyard, but also having Museum on the board. Actually came up in my branded matchup, which was the last round that I played. And I wanted to punish him for not letting me fully extend the way I wanted to. So what happened is that he was activating a lot of hand traps throughout that duel, and he actually was able to stop me from going to full combo. What I mean by full combo is having a way to access Angelica. Yes, I could get to a soul, but I could not get to Angelica. So in the mix of that, he also put a Serenir on the board, to protect his life points. I had Gear Freed on board and things like that. So he actually put a monster out on board to protect his life points, which is what you're supposed to do, right? But I wanted to punish him for not letting me do what I wanted to do. And I think my verbiage to him was, since you're not gonna let me do what I want to do, there's no way I'm gonna let you do what you want to do. So enter Crimson Blader. So if a lot of you guys don't know what it does is when this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, which he did have a monster on his board, your opponent cannot special summon or normal summon level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn, which that automatically kills Branded. I also debated for 20 minutes straight at home whether or not to play this over Custom, and I ultimately ended up playing Crimson Blader over that because I wanted a card to play into the Rescue Ace matchup. So since Rescue Ace, and I play Rescue Ace, so I know this for a fact, they love to play on your turn. So I wanted a way to punish them for playing on my turn and ensuring me somewhat of a victory on the next turnaround. I know they have a lot of cards that target, but Crimson Blade is able to be equipped by Ogier and Olivier before he even goes to the battle phase or in main phase 2, whatever the case. He's just able to have protection provided to him by the Infernobles that were used to synchro summon for him. So that's the whole ordeal with Crimson Blader. I do like this card in this particular build, but as soon as I see a opportunity that Custonin can be more useful, I will be swapping it out for Custonin. But for right now, I'm loving Crimson Blader. Ferocious Flame Swordsman is an amazing card for recovery. I love that card as well. Ratton is the Heavenly General, is a relatively new card. A lot of you guys may or may not know about him. He is a very underrated card from what I can hear at my locals. A lot of people didn't understand what he did and how much stock I put into this guy until I actually had him on the board. So what he does is, if your opponent cannot answer him before the battle phase, he pops a card on your opponent's side of the field. So it creates pressure for your opponent to get rid of him by any means necessary. But if they can't, they're automatically going to lose a card. This is great for when your opponent is swinging into you or when you're swinging into your opponent's established board. We play 1 Zeus for the triple tactics when we're taking the Castira monsters or we're taking the Pearly monsters with the tactics. And also sometimes I may go for the play if I'm not warrior locked by attacking with Artorigas and then overlaying Zeus over Artorigas after the battle phase. So there we go with that. So, all right, guys, that does it for the extra deck. Doesn't it look so pretty? For the guys that don't like the Platinum Rare, I love the Platinum Rare when it's next to the QCs in the deck. I love that. I love it. I just love the way it looks. I've always been a fan of the Platinum Rare extra deck monsters, not so much the spell traps and monsters in the main deck, but the extra deck monsters I love in Platinum Rare. So let's go ahead and move over to the side deck, guys. I want to show you the spice I got there. So let's go. All right, so here is the side deck I decided to play for this event. So let's talk about it. So the first card we're going to talk about is Caliburn, which is Artorias' sword. What it says is, while it's equipped, you can gain 500 life points. That is an activation effect that you yourself is going to have to activate. But when it's sent to the graveyard and you control a Noble Knight monster on the field, you can re-equip it. And guess what, guys? That's not a hard once per turn to gain 500 life points, so you can activate the effect again. The reason I'm playing this is because of the new time rules. With our deck now, it's taking longer to push out our full combo. And when we push out our full combo, we lose most of the time 1,200 life points. So I suggest never even activating Museum when you know you're playing in or around time. So just be conscious of that. But I do suggest all Infernoble Knight players either side this or be very conscious about their time and how much time they're wasting on games 2 and games 1. So just be very conscious of that. So we play 2 Nibiru's, 2 Thrusts, 2 Dark Ruler No More, 1 Dimensional Barrier, triple evenly matched, 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. The reason I side deck Anti-Spell Fragrance is just for the same reason you play, Solemn Judgment. Everybody knows that Infernoble falls hard to Dark Ruler no more for the time being, at least until Angelica's ring comes out, and then we're able to have an answer for Dark Ruler no more. But until then, here we are with Anti-Sparrow Fragrance. It's here to help mitigate that downfall for the deck. But also, I decided to play 2 more cards that's gonna help with the Dark Ruler no more, busting my board even further. So the other 2 cards I'm playing is Gravity Collapse. So I side this in right alongside Anti-Sparrow Fragrance when I know I'm going first and I'm siding in. So what Gravity Collapse does is a counter trap card, and what it reads, it says, activate by sending 1 face-up secret monster you control to the graveyard. When your opponent summons a monster, negate the summon and destroy that card. Your opponent cannot summon a monster until the end of the turn. Well, basically to the end phase of the turn, which basically is a turn skip for your opponent. So I wanted to play this card because we now have a way to utilize this to our advantage without giving up really anything. So the 1 card that we can use, Gravity Collapse, is for Angelica. Everybody knows once you summon Angelica and she banishes herself to use her effect on your turn while you're comboing off, she returns back to the board at the end phase. After that, she pretty much has nothing to do. So I decided to find a card to help utilize her on my opponent's turn to help swing the momentum into my favor. So this is where Gravity Collapse comes in at. So even if your opponent does find a way to resolve Dark Ruler no more, you can then, if you have a Gravity Collapse set, you can use Gravity Collapse once they summon a monster to get rid of your Angelica that was serving no purpose anyway, to help swing the momentum back into your favor, to give you another turn while they can do nothing. Basically having a clear board for Charles or whoever is on your board to swing into for game. Pushing it a little bit further than Angelica, we're gonna sit her right over here. The other 2 synchro monsters we can use are Roland and Charles. With the help of the field card, Noble Arms Museum. So everybody knows that Roland equips himself to warriors from the graveyard. So he's in the spell and trap card zone, right? You can use the museum to bring him up from the spell and trap card zone to the monster zone, as well as Emperor Charles, if it's your turn. There's been many test sessions where I was only able to make 1 Emperor Charles the Great, but I still did not use the effect of Museum to bring Emperor Charles from the spell and trap card zone to the monster zone. So if you have no way to make another Link Charles, you can bring the Synchro Charles up to the front row. And if you have Gravity Collapse set, that primes your field ready for Gravity Collapse, and it costs you nothing to do that. So I actually resolved this maybe about once or twice throughout the tournament. And it was amazing. My opponent was like, what the hell is going on here? And what was that? And why can't I summon anything? So this card is really good. I don't foresee this coming out of my side deck no time soon. But it's a really great card, guys. I suggest you guys try it out. And if you did try it out or have tried it out, let me know in the comments below. So this does it for my deck profile. I really enjoy this deck so much. If you guys find any success with the list I have here, please make a comment down below, give it a like. And this has been your boy, Lord Solar Prime, and I'm out, guys. Take care.